It took 3 days as John healed and recovered a bit and waited for Summer Rose to regain consciousness. Klein had more skilled medical practitioners to check on the woman, but she was found at the peak of good health. John, on the other hand, checked her to see if there were any trace of Grimm in her, and good thing that there was no trace of what the Queen did to her. He looks to Yamato and saw the new ability it had, as it can separate two entities entirely the same way he can open dimensions by tearing apart two realities. Vergil and the family was all having lunch as Klein barges in. Klein, Miss Rose is waking up. John stood up and runs towards her room. Summer, HRMMM. John, easy. You've been out for 3 days. Summer, wait. Salem. John, relax, you're safe and away from her. Summer, who are you? John explained the situation and the history of his kind along the now waging war on Salem. Safe to say Summer was dizzy as her eyes were just swirly lines. Well, after that, catching up, Vergil and the Scene's family spend some time together while he can. Summer spent the time readjusting and catch up with latest current events. A few more days after. Whitley, must you go? John, I need to add a stop to them or they will keep hunting me, and I can't risk you two getting caught in the crossfire. Whitley, I understand. Willow, be careful. John, I will. As the two kissed each other goodbye. Whitley, I'll get a room, you two. He then leaves alongside Summer to get the news to Ashbin ANS his forces. Atlas launch pad. Suddenly they were met by someone standing in their way. Hazel, I can't let you pass. John, are you one of her slaves? Hazel, no, an agent of vengeance. Summer tried to fight but was stopped by Vergil. John, you don't have a weapon and you are rusty. Let me handle this. Summer, but... John, trust me. Hazel took up his guard, but was met with blinding slashes. But what puzzled Vergil was he was not flinching or reacting to the damage. Summer, his name is Hazel Reinhardt, his semblance is numbing agent. He can't feel any pain. Hazel, and I can swing at you as you recoil with your pain. John, oh really? He then moves more savagely and in tandem with his mirage. John, suffer. As he then gave him a finishing move. Hazel was met with searing pain as his semblance couldn't numb the amount of damage dealt to him as he collapses on the ground bleeding and exhausted. John, this battle was a waste of time. Hazel, GRK, how could you serve him? John looks him from over his shoulder. Hazel, you willingly believe his lies. You can't win. No one can. John, that's what you think, but I'm fighting for myself, not him. Hazel, and you still continue. John, what do you fight for? Hazel, for my sister. So no one will fall victim to Ashbin's war. John, you allied yourself to the same side that took your sister from you. Hazel, John, you fight for nothing but your misguided sense of satisfaction. What would your sister think of you as you are now? Hazel, John, stop blaming others for what happened in the past and look at yourself for once. Hazel, he just became unresponsive thinking on what was said to him. John, this battle was a waste of time. The Aesops arrives on scene and arrested the wanted man. Marrow, hey John. He turns and nods his head. Marrow, where are you going? John, to take the fight to the Grimm on their doorstep. Marrow, alone. John, have the Atlas army here ready. Marrow bids him farewell. He then turns to Summer. John, if I fail, it's up to you. Send a message to the headmaster of Beacon and Ironwood to prepare for something in the likelihood of my failure. He hands her his scroll, knowing there is no need where he's going. Summer, don't say that not after you saved me. I still have to pay you back. John, you don't have to. The bullhead was now preparing to leave. Summer, you better come back so I can give you a taste of my special home-baked cookies. Jaune, say hi to Ruby for me. Summer, will do. Jaune turns and boards a special dropship to go the Grimm Lands. Meanwhile, Salem, so it begins.